Well, the great experiment is over. The One Ring has been found, and most of you know this by now. But what does this mean now going forward for Lord of the Rings and all the people buying the cards? Now that the One Ring has been found, many players are left wondering what happens now. What are the next steps going forward in this very unusual market we've been in for Lord of the Rings? Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. And yeah, I've got quite a few thoughts and opinions, and a lot of you guys were asking me what I think is going to happen. I'm going to put it out here for all you guys to kind of see what I think, and you, of course, can tell me I'm wrong and stuff in the comment sections, or agree with me entirely, or find middle ground somewhere, kind of saying, no, maybe you're a little bit right, but also a little bit wrong. Now, for those who didn't know, I've just arrived up at my other property. I'm getting all the filming gear out. I jumped quick into the shower, came running down with Wolverine on the shirt, and I wanted to get this video out there to join you guys in this conversation because it's pretty amazing. We're in a brand new, uncharted waters that we've never been in. We see a pure blackness in front, and we don't know what's going to happen. But we do have, again, history. We kind of know what's been going on before. So here's what's going to happen. When you have a product like this, a unique one of one that's been found. And by the way, for those who didn't know, it looks like it was found near the Moxman, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, roughly in there. So in Ontario, Canada, and around the GTA area, looks like that's where this card was found. Most of you guys who have not been living under the rock, you know, you get it. You say, hey, the ring's been found? Yes, it has. Okay, it's everywhere out there. I'm sure you guys know this by now, but just in case you didn't, yeah, that's where it was found. Pretty crazy, at least that's what it looks like. I may have some text giving me more information, which I cannot divulge yet until I get permission to do so. So that might come out somewhere later at the end of the video. So when you're wondering what's going to happen now, when you look at the sealed boxes, which is the big nail biter, we've never seen sealed product of collector boxes, even when Throne of Eldraine first came out, even Modern Horizons 2, nothing has been opened more than Lord of the Rings. But this experiment the Wizard of the Coast has tried with the one of one ring has gone off better than their wildest expectations. And now everyone wonders, well, what happens to the sealed product, Moxman? We know it's a success, people were but what happens now to everyone else who's holding cases and boxes and everything in between? Well, chances are there's still the serialized rings of power inside there. There's still lots of great cards, but the boxes, in my opinion, will start to drift down. They're not going to collapse. Price memory is a thing. When you have price memory on your side and you say, I paid $540 US to get this box to my house, I don't care if it sits on a shelf for the next 20 years. I'm not letting it go for less than that. Price memory is a real big thing. Happens all the time with older reserve list cards that cost a lot of money. You may have paid a top dollar and you're not willing to let it go. So don't expect that there's going to be some kind of fireside sale and Cynthia Williams is handing out collector boxes as party favors. It's not going to happen. Okay, you can be safe and sound saying, I can sleep at night, man. I can put them under my pillow and just, because nothing bad. They will drift down slowly over time is the more likely scenario you as a player are going to see with this product line. Okay, it's going to slowly drift down 5, 6, 10% over a period of time. But that doesn't mean they're going to go to zero even then. Because those serialized rings inside, the rings of power, the elves, the dwarves, the human, the man, those things are going to stick around. And they're not all found yet as far as we know, and there's hundreds of them, so the boxes are still going to have some kind of inherent value for players, and the chase is still always going to kind of be there, like you see even with things like from Battle for Zendikar with the expeditions. There's something there to draw them in. But with the great experiment over, you also have to think now, what happens going forward? The box sales are definitely going to slow down. They're not going to stop, but they're going to slow down. Because the Willy Wonka hype trying to find them, the frenzy of the piranha pool, it's going to end. The major prize has been found, and everything's going to kind of tone down. That also means for anyone who bought the Commander decks, you're safe and sound. But when you look at the set and draft, because the hype of collectors will slow down, draft and set is definitely going to slow down because we also have the amount on the market that has come from the collector boxes. We've already seen some very good cards in this set that should be higher, but because of the sheer quantity that is available on the market, they're worthless right now. It's going to take a very long time for the market to absorb this amount of cards. And that's if they're playable. The junky ones, the stupid cards they make, I don't know, these horrible mythics they make nowadays that have no real value to anybody right now. It's kind of like a bulk mythic they make just to put in as a mythic. Those ones, they're going to sit there forever. They're going to be worthless. They're going to be unless something comes along to make them great, of course. But right now, a lot of these cards won't find a home at the moment. So they'll stay really cheap. But the mana base, these cards, they will take a very long time to be absorbed, and they will slowly drift up in the market, and they'll have that kind of moving effect that'll be 10 or 20 cents at a time. The commander decks are a pretty solid investment. Lots of great playable cards. They're always going to be kind of like a board game kind of thing where you pull it out with some friends. You got the 4-pack there, and you're going to pull it out and play every once in a while. You're going to keep those decks together. That's how I see those kind of decks unfolding in the future for these type of play periods with players. They're like, hey, you guys want to play some Warhammer 40k version of Magic? Or do you want to play some Lord of the Rings? Maybe some Commander Legends Baldur's Gate? They'll do that kind of thing. I see them going that route almost, because, I mean, it is Hasbro after all, and the board game mentality of that company with Magic makes perfect sense, where they're kind of like little block sets you can play by themselves. So those will be fine. But those individual single cards, they're really going to tank for a while, and they're going to stay that way. So don't get hyped up trying to speculate on a lot of these cards, because, this is now, 11, 12 o'clock at night. I'm finishing off the top 10 video for tomorrow, and the sales they're just redonkulous. They're huge. They're massive sales on the top 10 that are never there normally, and it's because of the phenomenon that is Lord of the Rings, and I think it'll start dying down by next week's video. I think we're going to see everything start tapering off as people get ready for Commander Masters, sorry, it's late at night. Commander Masters, pardon me. And we'll see what those reprints bring us. Remember, it's a reprint set. But the overall feeling that I get is still people excited that it's been found, that it's real, and that it's tangible, and it's already been graded. Everyone's very excited. My Discord was blowing up. I had like 20 emails today. My Instagram was going. It was very cool to see all this happening, as well as a few stores reaching out, and I will get back to you guys later. Sorry if you're seeing this video first, but video came first. People wanted to have a conversation with me. And we look at this at the end. And when we start, signing this all off, saying, checking the boxes, Wizards, how do you feel? Wizards is going to feel great about this. They're going to feel things went off really well overall. I mean, I had some friends and stuff wondering about the legality of our laws here in Canada about lottery kind of system cards like this. I don't know. I'm not even going to touch it because I'm not a lawyer. Okay, I think it's fine. I know it's probably not, but to me it's like, I don't care. Who cares? But people do care. There are people who want those answers. Go find a lawyer and see what they say. I'm not the person to talk to about that. So I'll be curious to see how this plays going forward. I'll be curious to see if it actually gets sold for the $2 million, or is that just all hype to build things up? And now that it's found, they're like, do we really want to spend $2 million on that? That kind of thing can happen, right? Just because somebody makes you an offer, it doesn't mean that's what it's going to sell for. And just like NFTs, somebody could spend $2 million, $1 million on this card, only to see it drop to 50 grand a few years from now. But when it comes to realization that, it was a modern day card, just like an NFT, like these things can happen. So buyer's remorse. Like if I was the person, I would sell it right away personally, and I would get rid of it, but not because it's not special, because that kind of money is life altering for what it would do for somebody's family, and going forward, you could build wealth for generations off of that if it's done well. Crazy stuff, guys. Anyway, I just wanted to touch base on this. Thanks again for hanging out with me today. And also, we had a lot of new subscribers joining, guys. It's really building up the channel a lot. I want to thank you all who've been giving the thumbs up, watching the videos every day, turning on your notification bells, and of course, commenting on the videos. So for everyone hitting that subscribe button, to my regular viewers out there, my patrons, it's amazing to be here every day talking about this kind of stuff. Seeing Magic history happening right here before us is just epic, and to join this conversation with you just makes it that much more special for me, the Mox Man. So thanks again, guys. Looking forward to seeing the comments in the comments section. The One Ring has been found. All right, guys, I got to get to a top 10 video. I got stuff to do. We'll talk to you soon. Have an awesome one. And of course, a big shout out and thank you to the fantastic patrons I have supporting my channel. Thanks again, guys. Don't forget, we have the live stream on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all there, 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see you guys then. Have an awesome one. Patrons make the world go round. Thanks again to my patrons. You're here at the end of the video. Thanks for being here. What if I told you, before the rumor mill went around, maybe I knew stuff. Maybe I had texts that didn't quite confirm it, but pretty much told me everything. but I couldn't say anything. You just shh. Remember, sometimes when you say you got to keep your word and not say anything, you can't say anything. Keep your word. It's really paid off for me, and it's helped build the network of people I have around me right now. So thank you to everyone who sends that information. It's amazing. Awesome. Guys, have an awesome day. I got nothing else to say. Yes, I do. Nachos and cheese, baby! That's right, man. All right, see you guys later.